This is supposedly a Leatherman Bit Kit from Temu. It was about $17. Backstory, a friend of mine was on Temu purchasing things. He saw this bit kit for a little less than $17. You can see from the back of it here, let me get this in focus. It says it's compatible with Charge Plus, TTI Skeletal Signal Surge Wave Plus, etc., etc. Then it lists what the bits are. We're going to talk about this in a second. When he saw it, he called me and asked me if I thought that this was real or not. So he sent me the link, and there was a bunch of them for sale. I went back to the link today, and there's none for sale, but I'll just show you the link here. And Leatherman does have, they haven't put out, but other people have put out lots of clones of Leatherman tools. I'm going to get to the point here. He has a Wave Plus. It is one tool that he's used quite often. I've been looking for a bit kit for a number of years. I'm not going to use that much. I've got a screwdriver, so he did not get a bit kit. Then he decides that he was going to purchase this bit kit, and he asked me if I thought, once again, if it was real or not. And I said, well, it may not be Leatherman, it may be a clone, but it's like 60-40 that they should work. Oh. He said, when I get them, he wanted me to test them out. I said, okay, I'll test them out, and that's what I'm doing. I haven't used them at all. He actually opened them and put them in his Wave Plus, and spoiler alert, they seem to work okay, but he asked me to test them out. And I did notice a few things right off the bat. A couple things are, if you look at them closely, you will see Leatherman is on one. There's no Leatherman on the other one. And then on the back side, on the Leatherman side, if you look closely, do I have that upside down? Yeah, I did have that upside down. Looking at the review finders, it's made in Vietnam. On this one, there's nothing. Notice, I don't know if you can tell from the light here, but the Temu ones are a little glossier finish to them, and the Leatherman ones are dull finish to them. And I could tell that right away when I put them right next to each other. My friend, he has a Leatherman Wave, and he actually tried them out within his Wave. He said, but he wanted me to try them out. So I said, sure, what I will do is I will get out a couple of my Leathermans, and I will put some of the bits in here. Full transparency here. I typically don't use my Leatherman bits. I typically 99% of the time will use a bit extender with these, and then I would use something like a Steinwell bit to put in them. And let's see if I have, or a Weehaw bit. So here's a Weehaw bit, just a random one that I picked out that goes inside. And they stay inside. They are double-sided bits, and I like them for the major reason they're just better bits. They hold better, and you can put more stress on them. I will say the same thing is true for the Weehaw, for the Steinwell bits. Here's a Steinwell bit. I usually keep that here, but if I were to put that in there, it will fit. The downside is that you always have to have the bits handy, and you have to have the extender handy. If you don't want the extender, and if you don't normally want to use a BB because you're fine being close up, then the bits are really important to you, and they will make or break your project. Oh, the other thing that I noticed, these slide out a lot easier than the Leatherman ones. The Leathermans, because they're still fairly new. I've had them a few years, but they're still tight, and these just slide in and out, as you can tell. I wonder if that would be a positive for some people, that you can get these in and out quicker, faster. Let's just take a couple of them out here. And let's put them inside of the wave. Oh, they do fit. A little bit of wiggle, not too much. Let me try this one. And then I'll try some Leathermans here, and then we'll see. This one fits a little bit more wiggle. Let's take out a few of these Leatherman ones. I'm sure that if I had these longer and use these more, it would be easier to take these in and out. Let's see, put this in here. Oh yeah, there's side to side a little bit, but left to right, there's almost no wiggle in that one. And the same is true for this one here. So my thinking is that the Temu ones are just a little narrower, just a hair narrower, and it's probably done to maybe save a little on material costs when like you make 150 of these or 500 at a time. And having something a little narrower might save a couple pennies, which is all you need to do. And then I also noticed that you know, these here are not as sturdy. Oh yeah, these are going to be better. And let me look at one of these that I saw earlier, and I thought, because they were used or tested, yeah, let me take this one out here. This was the one I saw earlier, just breathing through it. And as you can tell, it's only been used a couple times, but it's already worn a little bit on this Phillips here. I don't know if you can see that there, but there's a little indent on that particular Phillips. So I was going to do some stuff with them, but I don't want to wear them down too much. Let me see this particular Phillips, because he said that he used a couple of the Phillips. This one looks okay. This one looks okay. I don't think, oh, maybe he did use it. This is a number 1-2 Phillips. Let's just try it to see if there's any difference with the surge. I doubt that there's going to be any difference, and if there is, I would be stunned. I would literally be stunned. This is the Leatherman ones. The Leatherman, oh, on my surge here, this Leatherman feels a little less secure than it was in the Wave. Let's try this one here, which is the same size one from the Temu one. And that feels, oh, can you see that and hear that? That is going to be... Another thing I wanted to try is just how they go. This is a Roxanne Companion. And I do know that these fit in here, and they do wobble just a little bit, but they do fit, and they're held. Magnets, the meaning of life. And this one here. Ooh, let's see. Is it not going to go in? Wow, this one doesn't seem to go in. Look at that. That is not good for this Roxanne Companion. And the last thing I'm going to test out is, let's do a 711L. I was going to test out a few other things, but I'm realizing I got what I need. I think that you have what you need. But comment below if you want me to do further testing. I was going to put it, I brought out some things I was going to do a screw test on them. That holds well as usual. Then this one's, oh yeah, that one's, you can tell that that one's looser. Verdict. For $17, if you aren't going to be using your bit kit a lot, I would say take a chance with it. If you are planning on using your bit kit a lot, I would go with either the Leatherman or do what I do, which is just get an extender and go with the Steinwell bits, or the Weha bits. Here's the downside. When I was first called, there was a bunch of these on Temu, and they're no longer there, but I'll put up here a little link to them. So if you want to have them, and in the description, I'll put that link. I'll also put links to 711L, the Steinwell bits, and We Have Bits in case you're just interested. I do have an Amazon affiliate. It doesn't cost you more. I get a few cents. It all goes back to the channel. This is Haku, EDC. I'll see you in the future.